Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning. Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits and all of that good stuff, because another day above the dirt is always a blessing. Well, we got something that's going on in Maryland right now that I wanted to share with you guys. It's still developing. There's still a lot of things going on with this thing, and I am kind of curious as to what the hell is going on here. I'm hearing different stories on why this particular assailant is wilding out out here in these streets. I don't know, but we're going to find out as much as we can as we start to press on and look into this conversation and into this situation that's happening in Dundalk, Maryland. All right. But this is insane. So let's get into this. Before we do, hit that like button down below, crush it, do what it do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on those other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, make sure you hit that follow button. Subscribe here on my main channel. Go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. We put out a lot of stuff over there as well, so make sure you're subscribed to both channels. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Set it to all on both channels as well. All right? If you want to support the channel, hit that join button down below, become a member, check out my Patreon, and of course, check out PascalMerch.com. We got some really great stuff over there, so go check it out, PascalMerch.com. Okay, guys, we're going to get straight into this, all right, because there's a lot going on, still developing as we speak. We understand that there is an active assailant, I guess. There's an assailant. Then there is a full-on 3-school lockdown that's going on right now. There is a standoff between SWAT and this assailant in Dundalk. Hopefully I'm saying that town correctly. Dundalk, Maryland, okay? Now, there's been a lot of information flying out as this is developing, because this is still developing. So, of course, ride with me, all right? Because while you are learning this stuff, I'm learning this stuff as well, because it is breaking news, all right? So, one thing is for sure, we're going to be looking at X quite a bit. All right, there's a few things. One of the things that caught my attention was this here, all right? It says, and this was reposted by WBAL TV, all right? Let's take a look at this. Let me just blow this up for you guys. Again, good morning to every single last one of y'all. Hopefully you're getting your coffee in, for those of y'all who are still in your morning groove, okay? And hopefully for those of y'all who are just in the weeds of the day, hopefully you're just kicking it in the butt. Real talk. But it says large presence in Dundalk in the area of German Hill and Gray Manor Terrace. Crisis negotiators and tactical teams are on scene, where officers tell me shots have been fired at police. All right. So we got a few things that we're going to be looking at, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on here, clearly. Okay. So there's a barricade that forces Dundalk residents to shelter in place. Now, this is a little bit more information. And this is from the Baltimore County Police, but I'm going to move all the way back to what they said about 2 hours ago. So they've been dealing with this for the last 2 hours. All right. So there's currently a police presence in the area of German Hill and Gray Manor Terrace in Dundalk. As a safety precaution, please avoid the area as officers will work to resolve this matter. Okay. So police are responding to an armed barricaded subject in the area of Gray Manor. All right. Like we just heard, in Dundalk. All right. Residents in the area are being asked to shelter in place away from windows and exteriors. So no kids running outside, no little ones running around in the front yard and trying to enjoy some of this spring weather. I don't know what the weather's like up there. I'm sure it's a little bit chilly, but you know what I'm saying, okay? Media staging site. Okay, we don't need to know about the staging site, okay? But the following schools are shut down. So Battle Grove ES, I guess it's elementary school, Charles Mont Elementary, and General John Stricker Middle School. Okay, members of the media are being asked to avoid the area of Gray Manor Terrace for their safety because if this person's just pulling that trigger, the bullets are just whizzing by, right? So this is absolutely crazy. All right. So moving on, they're saying here in the most recent update, okay, in the most recent one, uh, residents along Gray Manor Terrace in Dundalk are being asked to shelter in place as members of the police department work to resolve a barricade situation involving an armed suspect. Residents and motorists can expect a large police presence. Motorists, please find an alternate route. Okay. And of course, people are still asking a lot of questions. Are schools still shut down? What's really going on here, right? So let's take a look at this. And I'm kind of curious as to what is going on, right? Why is this whole thing going down? What happened? What got this person to get to this place, right? Was it an incident that happened in this particular area, or was it something else, right? Was it something that happened at home and then or was this a planned out hit? I don't know, but it seems a bit odd, this whole thing that went down here. So barricade forces residents to shelter in place. Area schools are locked down. So Baltimore County Police are asking residents to shelter in place, like we already know. There's an ongoing barricade situation. All right. So in other words, this person has locked himself into an area and is refusing to come out. Okay. It's not like they barricaded him. He barricaded himself, and he's barricading himself away from 5-0. Okay. According to police have responded to an armed barricaded person near Gray Manor. Okay. They're asking residents to avoid the area, to shelter in place. 3 area schools, which we already stated before, are on lockdown. This is an active like an active situation, and media staging area has been set on the flea market and on North Point Boulevard. Of course, this is still an ongoing situation. And what I want to know is what happened here, right? I've been hearing like rumors, I guess, about maybe he got like something happened at a restaurant or like a store, and but I don't know, right? I'm still trying to find out exactly what happened here and why this went down the way it went down. But there is some yeah, you know what, Tyler? First off, thank you so much for being a member for over 2 years. Man, that's a long time. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I'm kidding, but I appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support for so long. It really means the world to me. Yes, let me pull up the comment. This is terrifying. We really need to get a hold of ourselves in this country. Absolutely. I mean, I think the whole world needs to start getting a hold of themselves, because these types of incidents happen almost every day. It seems like every week at least. All right, and that's just me being very gentle. All right, and being very kind with the amount of times, but it feels like it happens every single week. All right, and it happens all over the world. Right now, I know that we have it more often here than from what we know of, than what we see overseas, but still, it is absolutely insane. Like we all need to get a hold of ourselves. Period. Point blank. Now, so let me just show you what the active scene is, or the what's going on. Okay, and this is just a bunch of B-roll. There's sound, but there's really not really sound, if you get what I'm saying. There's nobody reporting from what I've heard in this clip, because it's just they're just streaming for an hour of police cars and the activity that's going on, right? But let me share some of this with you guys real quick. Like I said, you don't hear much because there's really not much going on. They're all still, of course, police are trying to figure out how to get this person out. Okay, how to get this person out the heck out of that space, wherever they are, right? But again, like I said, I'm still trying to get as much information as as I can. Okay. So 1 second. Hmm. 1 second, y'all. Let me turn this up. Now, I'll come back to this because obviously this is just a bunch of. I mean, I'm not kidding. Let me just show you what I mean. I'm just scrubbing through this, right? Just watch the down below on the bottom. I'm just scrubbing through this. This is all they're doing. Like I said, this is nothing really changes except near the end, and I don't know what that's all about. Which we're gonna look at in just a minute. I promise you. We're going to look at that in just a minute. But I'm trying to get as much information as I can before before we start diving into other thizangs. But here's something else too. And again, it's there's not much being said, right? Which is kind of frustrating. The whole thing is still developing, as I was saying before. But I mean, it's saying here, breaking news: armed barricade suspect in Dundalk, Maryland. SWAT team is on the way. MPD has already put drones in the area. They're asking for people to shelter in place, like we've already heard a million times before. But I'm listening to the Baltimore County Municipal Police Departments. Listen on Scanner Radio. Okay, I'm gonna have to find that. Okay, um, but moving on, Maryland police are asking people to shelter in place, right? But let's take a look at this too. And like I said, there's not a whole lot of stuff. Like somebody just literally took a screenshot, with all due respect, but took a screenshot of what we were watching and then of course repurposed it, right? So there's not it's not a lot of stuff going on. All right. But let's take a look at what they're showing here on this video. I'm wondering why they moved, but maybe they're just telling them to back off, go somewhere else, and all that. But there's still maybe something's going on here. So let's take a look at this. So one of the cafe owners, so something happened. Like I said, it sounds like something happened in a restaurant, in a cafe, and then something, I don't know, something happened um that made this man, because from my understanding it's a man, um lose his cool, right? But let's continue. And you hear like a cafe owner is willing to have a do an interview, so something's up here, right? Or maybe it's the cafe next door to where this incident is happening. Maybe the owner knows what's going on. I don't know. But like I said, it seems a bit weird what's going on here. And appreciate all y'all for being here. Good morning to every single last one of y'all. Please hit the like button down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe. All right. There's going to be a lot of conversations to be had here very, very soon on the channel. So make sure you have that notification bell on, because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of stuff going on. We haven't even gotten a chance to really talk about the Brian Koberger stuff. So we're going to be talking about that, I think, a little bit later on this afternoon. So some developing stuff that's been going on over the past couple days. So we got conversations to be had. Hmm. Well, just so you guys know, if you guys are saying, "Hey, I can't see anything," yeah, it's very hard to hear. I'm struggling to hear what's being said here too, and I have everything cranked all the way up. All right, but yeah, they have a camera pointed at a brick wall, basically, so it's dark. There's nothing on the screen right now, just so you know. Okay. But let me just hear a little bit, because I'm wondering what is going on here and um why this is going on, right? Now we got movement. So North Point Cafe, I'm assuming you guys can see this. Okay. Mm. And then just complete darkness in here too. I'm scrolling ahead a little bit just to see if there's anything. Yeah, he needs to open up. Yeah, there we go. It's like, why is it pitch black? So North Point Cafe, home of the pickle sandwich. Interesting. So something obviously the what happened didn't happen in here, okay? Um Clearly it didn't happen here, right? So I'm wondering what is really going on here. But we're still trying to find out what the heck's going on and get as much information as we can. But this is pretty ridiculous. Um, let me see. I'm sure there's more information here. Let me see what's really going on. They're back to live again. Boom, we got some more information. Okay, cool. Thank God. I was like, come on, man. I hate when they do that whole thing where they just show, they show footage of police cars and they just don't do anything else with it. You know what I'm saying? They just here's a shot of police cars. It's like, thank you. I've been thinking about buying a police car. No, it's like just show it, have somebody in front of the camera, let us know what the heck is going on, right? At least you could just repeat the same things over and over and over again. That's what they usually do. So why aren't they doing it for this, right? But it looks like we got some sort of interview from somebody, which is very fortunate here. So let's see what's going on here.
This close to getting to eat my sandwich.
Oh, sorry about that. This is Katie.
Hi.
I'm Katie with ATF Baltimore. Nice to meet you. Hi, Tara. Hi, Katie with ATF Baltimore. Nice to meet you. Hi, Katie. Nice to meet you. She's available to be sound.
Let me
I'll do this at once. Yeah.
oh, news channels working together. Look at that. They're all getting along.
I can go grab one. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, we got some more info, hopefully.
Do you need a mic check? Does it register?
Yikes. Yikes. All right, some more info. Let's go.
Okay. Okay. Katie, if you could say your first and last name for us to spell it, please.
Yeah, Katie Rotman, KATIEROTTMAN.
And so ATF is assisting. What can you say about that?
Yeah, ATF Baltimore special agents responded to help out our state and local partners. We really value our relationship with Baltimore County Police, and we're here to assist them in any way they need.
And what is that assistance look like for a situation like this?
We all come out, we show up, and we say, what can we do for you? Whatever you need from ATF, we're here to help.
And with something like this, just how complicated can we get, or just kind of not the severity, but the kind of parameters that can come from an investigation like this?
It's complicated. There's so much going on over there. There's so many decisions being made. A lot goes on to big situations like this.
It's currently an active situation at the moment still.
Currently active, yes.
Okay. And that started around 7:30 this morning. You guys were called? Or?
I don't have all the information on the initial call. That'd be Baltimore County's information, but we're here to help for as long as they need us.
And what time did you guys arrive to?
Okay.
I'm not sure what time our special agents actually showed up. I got here about 20 minutes ago.
So I just showed up.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Really?
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Seriously? That's all we got? Wow, that was treesh.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to
Appreciate
meet you all.
That's it? Come on, you got to be kidding me. She's like, yeah, I'm willing to do a statement. And I just got here. I can't say much, but I because I just got here. What? Let's see if there's anything more. That was a little ridiculous.
Check it. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Gotta love that transparency, but yeah, of nothing, you know. Hey, we're here, we're ready to talk. And then nothing, right? That's kind of ridiculous. And nothing so far. Yeah, no kidding. Given the fact that it's April Fool's Day, anything's possible at this point. That's why it's like that's why I don't trust most of this stuff. It's like, is this really real? Because it is the first of the month. It is April 1st. But this is whack so far. As far as the, you expect better, a little bit better coverage. And we're back at this again. Son of a gun. No, this is definitely not a April Fool's joke. I mean, police. No, they ain't got time for that. Okay, they don't have time for that. Oh, April Fools, everybody in town scaring the crap out of everybody. Nah, They ain't got time for that. They really, really don't. But hold on. I'm curious. Does anybody know? Because people are saying, check out the scanner radio, but I'm wanting to know. I'm wanting to know where exactly. One second, guys. I'm getting this stuff going. And that's what sucks because you have to get the app to listen. What? Blah. Yeah, they're just back to this crap while I continue looking for more stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah, we just need to get through today. I mean, that's literally all we need to do. Real talk. We just need to get through today. Get through April 1st. That's all we need. 2025 does not need to be wilding out on April 1st, okay? Because for a fact everybody's going to be like, is that true? It's April Fool's Day. Hold on. Is that true? Is what really going on the truth? Or are you just making a joke? You know what I mean? How much of this is true or not, right? So yeah, I'm quite curious as well. But of course, this is the real deal. And I guess they stopped the live. Or not. Maybe they didn't. I'll keep it back. I'll keep it up for you guys. I'm trying to get some more information here, guys, okay? Just grant me a little grace. So yeah, I don't know what is going on here. Let's see. Hold on. Still the same old stuff, guys. Still the same old stuff. So again, it's like, what is really? And then that live, they just ended that live. So hold on, just seeing if there's more stuff. Yeah, and it's ridiculous that they're like, "Hey, okay, we got some information, but I just showed up, so all I know is that they that the ATF is here, and we're doing everything we can to help out the situation." And it's like, "Well, can you give us any more information?" "No, I'm sorry, I just got here." Great. So hopefully they'll be back in the next couple minutes to give us more information. But that was just trash. Um. Wow. It's terrible. Not a whole lot of info. Let me see. Let's see. Jeez. Well, this is interesting. Okay, can't do that. One second, guys. Just trying to get some things down. I know some people are looking at stuff like this, which of course is this is Dundalk here. Obviously, I don't have the membership or anything. You know what I mean? I don't have the membership or anything here. Okay. But I'm just checking this out to see if there's anything. I've only used this thing maybe once or twice in my life. It's very interesting. Again, not a whole lot of information like this. It's pretty nuts. And I keep refreshing just to see if there's any more updates or anything of that sort. Hold on. Baltimore County. Yeah, that's crazy, man. And a bit annoying. Let's see. They don't update. Local news does not update negotiations or hostage situation. I mean, it sounds like it because they don't really say much. You know what I mean? We haven't heard really much of anything. Because it just, like I said, we're still trying to find out, even you know, at the very base of this whole situation, what actually is going on, right? What made this person do what made this person do what they're currently dealing with right now, right? So again, I don't know. It's just crazy that we don't have much information. I mean, this person must have gone on to got into a rampage about something. He went into some store, it seems like, and something happened, right? But again, there's not a whole lot of information that they're saying here, which you'd think that they would give, just a little bit of updates, a little bit more updates than what they've said so far. Like I said, 3 schools have been placed on lockdown, okay? In Dundalk, okay? And of course, residents in the area are being asked to shelter in place. And I'm just reading this again for those of y'all who are just getting here and just trying to find out what actually what actually happened here, okay? And for those of y'all, there's a tiny bit of information, new updates, but it's very small, okay? But it says, of course, like I said, residents are being asked to shelter in place as Baltimore County police respond to an armed, barricaded suspect, okay, or subject, all right? So they say authorities say around 7:30 a.m. on today, okay, police were called to the area. Hold on. Police were called to the area of German Hill Road and Gray Manor Terrace. All right. And of course, they say, well, there was full reports of shots being fired. Police are asking people to avoid the area as a precaution, and residents are being asked to shelter in place away from windows and exterior doors. And of course, I'm looking to see what the Baltimore County Police Department has posted online. Posted on their X, and they really haven't said anything. So they say members of the media, that's it. They say, the media staging site is located at Flea Market, a thrift store. Okay. And then, of course, they say this is all just within like the hour. So they're saying residents along Gray Manor Terrace and Dundalk are being asked to shelter in place as members of the police department work to resolve a barricade situation involving an armed suspect. Residents and motorists can expect a large police presence. Motorists, please find an alternate route. That's all they've said so far. That's all they've said, which is insane, right? A little bit annoying. Long story short, okay. Tyree, thank you so much. Appreciate top of the morning to you too. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it. If it wasn't for me subscribe to your channel, I wouldn't have heard about this, and I live 20 minutes away. But I'm good, chat. That's good. I'm glad that you're okay as well. All right. But again, like, this is crazy. Fly Gal says, Pascal, what I heard is an employee and a customer had a shouting match, and now they're supposedly holding him or them against their will in this store. That's the other thing too. I heard like something about a credit card declined or something crazy like that, but I don't know if that's entirely true or not. Right. That's just something I heard. That's just something that I heard. Right. And yeah, beautiful messy ball. I'm like I said, I can't find nothing, which is annoying. Right. This is really frustrating, especially when you're just trying to find out what's going on. And then Miss Donaldson said, Donaldson, says, no, that's another situation in another area. Okay. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Like I said, I thought that's what I mean by it's nice to have the news, give you the real bare bones of what's actually going on. But that's the thing. What is the location? Why is this whole thing going down the way it is going down? The media is over at a cafe, right? They're at a restaurant, right? The pickle sandwich place, okay? And this is just weird. But let's see. Hold on. It said, what did it say? German Hill Road and Gray Manor Terrace. German Hill Road. German Hill Road and Gray Manor Terrace. You think that there'd be a easier way to do this. But like I said, I've only used this thing maybe 2 times. Long time ago. Let's see here. Frustrating. Click on chopper. Okay, let me get to the chopper. That's interesting path. That one's flying around in one and you know what I mean? Look at this. That's insane. So it does make you wonder, you know, clearly there's something going on here. So this must be the area. That's very interesting. Let me see. Let me see if there's any updates. Checking to see if there's any lives at all. Because again, you know, this is very interesting. Let's see. So still really nothing, which is insane. Still nothing at all. Still looking, guys. Hold on. I mean, that's what's interesting. I'm hearing maybe there's two assailants, but I don't know. That's the one thing I'm trying to find out as well. Let's see. Hold on. I'm pulling up this flight radar thing so you guys can take a look at that. This is still this bad boy. This helicopter is still floating around. Okay. It's just under. Yeah, I mean, so it must be whatever the hell's going on. It's in this area. So they could be on foot. There's German Hill. There it is. Now I know where it is. There it is. German Hill. Okay. There's German Hill right there. But there's obviously something going on that would cause this helicopter to be circling around like this, right? So something is up, but this is interesting and very frustrating because there's clearly some stuff going on, but there's not a whole lot of coverage on it right now. But I'm looking. I'm looking. Hopefully go get some more information. But I'm looking to see. I am looking to see if there's anything more. Let's see. Maybe they got some more updates here. So there's been a shelter in place issue. A shelter in place has been issued. Okay, for the residents of Gray Manor Terrace in the area of Dundalk. Okay. Authorities are urging residents to stay indoors, avoid windows and doors, of course, and await further updates. The SWAT has been called in. I'm sure they're already there by now. Okay. The incident began around 7:32 a.m. this morning when police received reports of shots being fired near Gray Manor Terrace, just a block away from North Point Boulevard and North Point Diner. So neighbors reported hearing gunfire, okay, late last night. That's interesting. So there was gunfire. People were shooting late last night. And one mentioned that their home has sustained damage from a stray bullet. When officers arrived on the scene this morning, the suspect inside the residence began firing shots at law enforcement, escalating the situation into a barricade standoff. That's interesting. This all started allegedly late at night. So an assailant was. Let me read that again. That's very interesting. Neighbors reported hearing gunfire late last night. Okay, but they're saying the incident began around 7:32 a.m. this morning when police received reports of shots being fired. Okay, but then the neighbors are saying that they were hearing gunfire late last night, and one mentioned that their home sustained damage from a stray bullet. So when officers arrived on the scene, the suspect inside the residence began firing shots at law enforcement, escalating the situation into a barricade standoff. So somebody was out here just going around, just pew pew pewing, just shooting up the place, if that makes any sense. Late last night, leading into the morning. So again, it does make you wonder, like, why wasn't 5-0 brought in or called late last night if shots were being fired late last night? You see what I'm saying? That just seems a little bit weird. Whoops. That just seems a little bit weird, don't you think? I'm back. I'm sorry. I didn't notice that my camera turned off. But again, that doesn't show. That's weird, right? But let me hold on. There's a little bit more. Let me find that piece again. So again, when our officers arrived at the scene this morning, the suspect inside the residence began firing at law enforcement, okay? In response, nearby schools have been placed on lockdown for safety. Affected schools, we already heard about, okay? The suspect remains inside his home, okay, or inside the home. And of course, they're saying stay tuned for updates on this situation or as this situation develops. Okay, now we're getting some more information. All right. But it's weird because, again, if this is a situation where someone is just going pew, 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 okay, that in the late at night, why wasn't there ever a phone call, a 911 call made late at night? Why was it why did police finally show up at 7:32 a.m. if ish was really going down last night? You see what I'm saying? So it just doesn't make any sense unless people are sitting there going, oh, maybe, maybe this is all just one, maybe it was just a one-off type of situation and it stopped for a long time. Maybe that's what it is too. Or maybe that place is just riddled with crime. I don't know. It's just normal to hear shots being fired. It just seems a bit weird, right? But let me see something here. I'm just seeing if there's no new live stuff. I'm going to check. I'm going to repeat that again for you guys, for those of y'all who are just getting here. But that is a bit weird. Again, and again. Yeah, because I mean, other reports are saying their reports, they're just saying shots were fired and that's it, right? This one is saying something completely different, which is really, really interesting. So let me share this so you guys can see this with your own two eyes as well, what I just read to you guys. But this is very interesting. Okay. So let me see this. So they have sheltered in place, which we already know. All right. Incident began around 7:32 a.m. this morning when they received reports, police received reports of shots being fired just a block away from North Point Boulevard and North Point Diner. So neighbors reported hearing gunfire late last night. Again, this is weird. The neighbors are reporting hearing gunfire being, somebody pulling the trigger, okay, pulling out the pew pew and pulling the trigger late last night. But then no phone calls were made. No 911 call was made. That's weird, right? And one mentioned that their home sustained damage from a stray bullet. Then, when officers arrived at the scene this morning at 7:32 a.m., okay, the suspect inside the residence began firing shots at law enforcement, escalating the situation into a barricade standoff. In response, nearby schools have been placed on lockdown. Affected schools, like we've read before, Battle Grove Elementary, Charlesmont Elementary, and General John Stricker Middle School. The suspect remains inside his home or their home. All right. Stay tuned for updates. And that's basically what they have so far. But that's a big piece of information. And again, I keep wondering, you mean to tell me that pew pews were firing off late last night and no one called 911? Or at least police did not show up to the house late last night? That seems weird. But again, then we have something here too. Okay, so they tell me call came around 7:32 a.m. Person inside home started pulling the trigger out of the house on 2500 block Gray Manor Terrace. That's why multiple schools nearby are locked down. Crisis negotiation team is on scene. Still an active barricade situation. I mean, that is there anything more? Nope. That is very interesting, y'all. That's very interesting. Again, you got things popping off, and you got things popping off. Let me just see this. So you can see some of these photos too. This is interesting. Still an active situation. You got photos of, again, it's just police just chilling outside, out in the parking lot. Again, it just like I said, something strange about this particular situation. In my personal opinion, something's very strange about this situation. Like I said, all that stuff that goes on, right? And then all that stuff is going on, but then at the same time, you got nobody made the phone call late last night. I mean, like I said, unless the area is bad, right? Unless it's a bad area. And maybe people are just pulling the pew pew and pulling the trigger all day long. It just seems a bit odd that there would be something like that going on with no other stuff. That just seems strange. I don't know. Very odd stuff, guys. And you'd think that there'd be much more information as time goes on, right? That we would know this particular, like by this time, I feel like we would know the person's name. Like the internet, is undefeated, forever undefeated. So at this point, you feel like, that they would know. We would know the guy's name, if he's been how many times this particular person's been married. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like we would know some things, but that's what's so strange about this. There's just not a whole lot of information. These are the ones that really. These are the type of cases that really frustrate the heck out of me because of course, you want to know what exactly is going on, what happened, and why this whole thing went down. But I don't know. This is very odd, guys. Very, very odd. I'm gonna check a few more things here real quick. I mean, this helicopter's still hovering around. You can see that for yourself here. So it does make you wonder what the hell's going on, man. What is going on? Let's see if what Baltimore County PD has said, if there's any updates on that. Huh. So far, no updates from Baltimore County PD, but man, oh man. Okay, let me check. Miss Donaldson, I will take a look at that. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. They have this has the story on has the story now. Let me see. Let me see. Give me a second. Do you see it as a live or is it? Let me see. Yeah, I don't. Let me check here. Let me see if there's anything else because they have been reporting, just on X that kind of thing, but they haven't really um, done much. They really haven't done much information. Yeah, WBAL or W ball, whatever you want to call it. They've been talking about it. That was one of the first things I mentioned to you guys right when we got things started was what they were reporting. But as far as online, um, they haven't really done a video or like a YouTube video or gone live about it, which is frustrating. But it is what it is. Let's see here. I'm just gonna check one more thing, see what's up. Mm-mm-mm. Well, yeah. So, there's not much. There's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot going on, which is a bit on. Oh, my session time down. Okay. Well, thank you. Um, I guess I can just refresh it and it's good to go. Um, but yeah, guys, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of information about this situation. I mean, obviously, we now know that this assailant was pulling the trigger late at night. Then finally in this morning, that's when they hmm, hold on. Yeah, I don't know where they're getting this stuff from, but so you guys can see this too. But helicopters in the area.
Yeah, it looks like they might be landing. I don't know what if that's a Maryland PD helicopter or a life flight, maybe. It looks like they're trying to land there in a parking lot.
Very interesting, guys.
Yeah, it looks like they might be landing. I don't know what if that's a Maryland PD helicopter or a life flight, maybe.
Interesting stuff, though, right? So, I mean, clearly there's a lot going on. The standoff, obviously, the fact that there isn't a whole lot of information means that, I mean, obviously that's, you could look at it both ways. It could mean really good news because, he's this particular assailant isn't out here unaliving people, which is obviously a good thing. But the fact that there hasn't been any more developments throughout this thing is a little bit annoying. Then it does make you wonder how many other people are inside that home that this assailant is in, or if this assailant is just by themselves inside this home. So it does make you wonder about that too. Okay, so they're saying the standoff with an armed assailant, all right, who is barricaded in his home. Okay, it still continues. All right, still SWAT is there. Okay, along with MPD and state police. All right, so we just saw this video or a video just a second ago of this helicopter that's been circulating the area over an hour now. Okay, with 3 schools in the area that are locked down. They have been utilizing drones as well. That's really all that's being said right now. So of course, for me, it's like, well, I'm of course I'd rather have this person found, get arrested and brought in and all that. But of course, this is still somebody with a deadly weapon in their possession and just firing off, right? And that's bad, right? So again, this is just terrible. And I'm hoping that this gets remedied here very, very soon. But there hasn't really been a lot of information out here, which is again really frustrating because, of course, we just want to know what the hell's going on. But there's not much, and you'd think local PD would be on this, or not local PD. I'm sorry, local news. I'm sorry. You'd think that local news would be all up on this because this is, still a scary situation. Well, okay. Yeah, well, guys, of course, if we find out more information, we'll talk about it. But obviously, this is still an ongoing situation. Okay, this is still a developing situation. But I'm going to leave it at that for right now, because there's really not a whole lot of information going on. And once we get more information, we'll talk about it for sure. But guys, that is the show for now. Okay, we got a bunch of other stuff that we're going to be talking about. Of course, I'll wait just to see what else is being told. If we get some more information here, we will talk about it all very, very soon. Okay, but do me a favor, and hopefully this all gets remedied without any types of tragedies, I'm hoping. Okay, but of course, we'll find out more information as time goes on. But please do me a favor, hit that like button down below, hit that reaction button. That'd be greatly appreciated, okay? And if you are watching on those other platforms, make sure you hit that follow button. Don't forget to subscribe here on my main channel. Go and subscribe to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Subscribe if you can. Hit that notification bell for both channels. Set it to all so you know when I go live, whenever I upload, because I know it's random, but at the same time, a lot of it's random and breaking news stuff, right? So please do me that solid. That would be greatly appreciated. Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon. And don't forget, check out PascalMerch.com. Okay, guys, I'm going to keep an eye on this. Hopefully we find out some more information very soon. And when we do, we'll talk about it, okay? But we'll talk very soon, okay? It's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.